And I also thought, oh, beauty, what else comes up for me? And of course, fashion came up, you know, arts, photography, and we all have seen numerous portraits, paintings, piece of art, you know, edifying the beauty of a woman and femininity. So I was thinking, okay, so what am I going to say about this? Especially, I will tell you later what I do, who I am. So I was thinking, how do I relate the two? And then I had a kind of an insight, because I thought of how we normally in our society, I'm a Western woman and live in Europe, so in Western society, how we are affected. And I thought, well, willing or not, all of us are affected by certain standards of belief that what is beautiful and what is not. We are fashion victim, makeup victim. We have so many things that while we are growing up are kind of inferred to us or infused. So before we know, we are 20 or in our teens years, and we want to do certain things. We think certain things, we feel certain things, but not necessarily ours. And we get to have a very artificial idea of our body. Actually, we connect with our body very little. And I'm talking about me, but I noticed that I'm not the only one.
True.
So you were talking about stilettos, right? And you mentioned something else. The thing is that I want to hear, the point I want to bring up is the fact that what is beautiful? Do you feel beautiful? That's my question to you. Do you feel beautiful?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. There is definitely a superficial beauty and an inner beauty. We might be aware of it in different extent, in different, you know, at different level. But generally, we feel beautiful if we are well, we are happy. Yeah. Those are the two things that really kick in and are connected with beauty, because when we are feeling really glorious, generally it's because we are also happy inside, we feel and we are healthy. If you are in pain, it might be unlikely you feel beautiful, because pain doesn't really go with beauty and being relaxed and being radiating and all the rest of it. So I want to shed some light for you today about something that I think all women have that can make them super beautiful and feeling super well, but maybe not many of us know about. Do you know what it is?
No.
Any guess? Just for the fun of it.
Meditation.
Yeah,
The
that's
fact that you're doing it.
Yeah.
okay. And what is particular to women that men don't have? Yeah.
Intuition.
Yes, it's connected with the womb.
Vagina.
Breast.
Vagina.
Empathy.
Yes. And what happened in the vagina?
Compassion. Sex.
Love.
Birth. Orgasm.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, yes. But we menstruate.
Yeah.
We live the majority, well, it depends how long we live, but a huge chunk of our life is spent having cycles, okay? And according to different traditions, we might value this cycle or not. Repressing, cursing it, knowing nothing about it, knowing too much, or suffering from it. So we are compelled to find out about it, because might go through a scale like, you know, womb cancer, whatever, cervical cancer, etc. So I find out about this because of personal reason. I went through a very stressful time of my life, and my cycle became erratic. And so because I was already in personal development and I was already in alternative medicine, I knew that possibly allopathic medicine, which is the normal one, wouldn't give me answers. And so I kind of asked to be sent some information that would be really answering my questions. So I wanted to know, why I knew there was something important there for me to find out. So as generally happens, life, the universe, God, whatever, send us, hurts us. So I was sent some information. Not immediately, but a few years later, but it did come. And so what find out really changed my life, and that's what I want to share now with you today, because I want to leave you with a very simple tool that will allow you to face and approach life, maybe even start using for business in a very different way, but it will be your unique way, and it will be definitely a feminine way.
Wow.
So, as women, every month we have a cycle, and generally we can be a misleading information. In a menstruation, we consider just that week or 4 or 10 days, whatever, that we bleed. But our cycle, menstrual cycle, is actually covering generally 28 days because it's in sync with the moon, or it was in sync. Now we're all messed up, but generally speaking, it should go more or less 28 to 30 days, that should be. So what happens in a woman's body? Because of course our bodies influence us. It's like we breathe and we stop doing anything and we feel different, right? We start feeling the radiance, the good energy, relaxation coming through us. And so if our body in the month goes through a cycle that we don't know, it will be influencing us, and as a consequence of that, we will influence our relationship, our business, and whatever we do. So I would like to explain to you in very simple terms what in a month a woman goes through. And I want to make it simpler by comparing this to the season, because all of us have experienced in our life several times, I think, the season, the 4 seasons, okay? So let's start this little journey. The first way, let's start from spring, which is comparable. We all know the energy of spring is quite compelling because it's a rising energy, very powerful and very active. So it's comparable to the pre-ovulatory week, which is that week that happens after we stop bleeding, okay? So in that week, our spring season, we are very, we come out of winter, so we tend to be energetic, happy, and full of ideas. So in that week, we tend to appreciate or remember, or maybe even wanted to start new projects. And then the second week is comparable to summer, which is the ovulatory week, when in our body, if we can conceive, so new life can be brought into this dimension, okay? So similar energy of summer. In summer, we're kind of energetic, right? We are very active, we are very social, we go on holiday, we get married, we have parties, we celebrate all sorts of things, because the weather is nice, generally, not here maybe, but, and we tend to be outgoing, okay? So very multitasking a lot. It becomes natural. We are saying yes to everything and to anything that comes our way. But then, the following week, we enter autumn, and autumn is comparable to the premenstrual phase of our cycle. And then the energy changes. Why? Because in autumn, we start feeling the chill in the air, right? And so, we don't fancy so much being that social any longer, and we need more sleep. We are more critical because we think already ahead, and is winter coming on, right? So we have to start doing the list of our things that didn't work, what we have to buy, to dismiss, to redo, etc., etc. Obviously, in previous times, we would have to ready the supplies for winter. Now we don't do that. We go to the supermarket. But still, though, we have that type of energy and worry, okay? So inner critic pops up. So we are not saying yes to everything anymore. So we start saying no, if we are thinking with our inner energy. And so it can be a very kind of good week to finish stuff and to review. And also if you want to see into things, if you have a business meeting because you have to decide important stuff, it will be a very good week to schedule it, because with that energy you will see it through. You will shoot from the hip and you will say no when no needs to be said. And then we go in the last season, which is our menstrual week, which is when we bleed, and it's comparable to winter. And in winter, like we are now, we have a very low energy. So we tend to sleep more, we want to stay inside, possibly with our pets, our children, our friends, and being in front of the fire, have hot chocolate or whatever. It's time to draw the oars in the boat, okay? It's not time to go and socialize. Or if you want to do it, you do it at a low level, maybe more familiar environment rather than big parties. So what does it say this to us? It says that every month we have a hell of a ride. It's not that easy to be a woman.
Serious.
But can you see that if it really is what is happening in our body, if we are conscious of it, we can maximize it and we can really use it to our advantage. So where does beauty come into all this? Well, it comes into these terms. We didn't design ourselves, so to speak, in this way. Nature did it for us, okay? We can ignore it, we can curse it, we can dismiss it, but actually that's the way we work as women. So nature has a good long-term successful rate, right? Billions of years. So maybe it knows a bit more than our little consciousness, okay? So I think it would really make sense for us to, as women, to become aware of our feminine body, and by embracing it, then we can, in every season, in every week of the month, we can discover our beauty. And when I say our beauty, I really mean it. It's an inner, deeper beauty, an inner essence that we can only discover if we pay attention, if we lower the noise, if we take times out for ourselves, me time, which is not being selfish, but is being clever and wise. So we can reap the benefits of every season. For instance, in winter, our conscious mind and unconscious mind, they become good friends. What it means in practicality is that the division between the conscious and unconscious becomes permeable. It becomes more relaxed, right? So it means that we, for instance, we can have dreams that are very premonitory dreams. We can be much more psychic naturally. We can experience states of bliss. They are free. We don't need drugs. We don't need alcohol. We don't need a coffee to keep us going. But if we respect this freedom, if we hear our body drawing us in, and we let it be, let it go, then we have so much to reap. I mean, the benefits we can reap are really a lot. So my challenge to you is, don't believe anything I've told you now. I would encourage you to do your own research. And how do you do your own research? You start tracking your cycle, which means, in simple words, you have, I can send you a template, but otherwise you can create your own, even better. And by starting the day one, every day of your cycle, in the evening, give yourself the luxury of having 1 or 2 minutes of quiet time, and you ask yourself, how has been your day? And you can write as much as you want if you are a writer, but if you are a practical person with no time, you can do it just maybe put in a couple of words, a couple of objectives, it doesn't matter. It could come up as an image or as a sensation, it doesn't matter. But this is your work, and it will mean that after a few months you review it, because it's written, okay? It's not like your memory goes. You can start maybe seeing some patterns. maybe you might find out that actually the story of the season, it might be true. Or might find out that actually it's not true. But whatever is your result, it will be yours. I'm an investigator of life, and I never believe anything. I go and check it out for myself. So that's why I'm saying this to you, because I know that I can tell you many things, but bottom line is still academic until you see, oh, but maybe it's true actually.
So you're saying find it out for yourself?
Yes.
Yeah.
And you might see that not only you feel different, your thoughts change.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe you might see that your results change. Maybe you see that certain discussion that can be prickly, they happen at a certain time of the month. Or may not. But
I think that we all agree.
yes.
I think.
But I investigate first.
Yeah,
But it could be that then over time, if you do the work and if you want to know more, of course, I can talk to you. But the thing is, this is the natural design for a woman to unfold her beauty and to flourish. Not to be cursed because for 30 or 45 years or whatever it is, she goes through this every month. But this is what, generally speaking, is the message we are sold, okay? And there might be women that have been, graced by good role models in the family and mothers that have initiated them to the blood mysteries, but I don't think, if they are there somewhere, there are not many. So my purpose is to educate women to find out the inner beauty that we all have. And I want to give you also another tip. Pay attention, look at yourself in the mirror, because you will find some changes. Do it. And you might find out that actually you're not one, you're four. You have 4 different parts of yourself that come alive every week.
Really?
But maybe nature designed us this way to entertain men, you know.
We have one every week.
Yeah, we are the lucky one. We are the lucky one, you know. We got for the price of one, we got 4. We don't.
Well said. Thank you.
But just to close, I would like to share with you something is dear in my heart, because I know that whatever is our vision, we can't do it together. We can't do it alone. So even if it might be a bit feeling icky, I started doing this a few years ago while I started doing talks. I want to share my vision with you, and if you want, you can take one before going, and just leave it with this, because I think we can do much and really bring heaven on earth. Well, we have a bit maybe work to do. So, okay, let me share with you my vision, which is the woman of the 21st century. So, who is she? The woman of the 21st century is the woman of the next generation. She is beautifully strong. She acts according to her soul purpose. And because of that, she's irresistibly magnetic. And she engages in empowering relationships with men and women. She gives birth every day to her reality. She pays attention to her feelings, and her feelings guide her to create what she wants. She does it through relationships that help her to discover more about herself. Relationships are her tool in the playground of life. Her feelings are her strength. They complement her intellect. They are a precious source of inner guidance. She is clear about her vision and purpose. Therefore, she is beautiful inspiration. How does she do all this? She is in contact with her womb. She is aware of her cycle. She acts following its energetic flow. She elegantly flows in the river of life, guided by herself, her center. This makes her a magnet, a beacon of inspiration rather than perspiration. Do you like this picture? Does it sound enticing? Does it make you feel good? I can smell the scent of this woman. Life for this woman tastes great.
Lovely.
I want to wish
Very
you
good.
to be beautiful
Thank you.
and well.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Thank you.